So Enlisted has just dropped another graphic update. This is nothing new considering the fact that Enlisted has been doing this over and over again. However, the issue these past few days is the fact that Enlisted has not really improved, and if you really look back in the history of Enlisted, the graphics and whatnot have decreased. To be exact, they decreased a lot in my personal opinion. In today's video, we're going to be talking about an issue that Enlisted never has solved. In some cases, like I said before, it's made it worse, and in my personal opinion, this is how Enlisted could potentially fix it. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting up with something that a lot of people have noticed these past few days, and that is the bugs. For those who don't know, every time Enlisted makes a new update or something, what ends up happening is the Enlisted bugs all come out, and it's actually a pretty bad experience. For example, I was in a game a few days ago, and when I was using the FG42 or any of the FGs and the Kunder's MG, what ends up happening was that the sites completely disappeared, and in some cases only a certain site disappeared and another site was reappearing, and in other cases there was no gun model, so that was a confusing mishaps of almost everything. The entire issue for me was the fact that every time a new player enters and see this operation in practice and see the bugs, people are just gonna be like, yeah, I'm not really interested in this game anymore, so that's taking away a group of people. But that is the least of the issues as of right now, because bugs usually do get fixed, and that is to Enlisted's credit. The issue that I really want to talk about is the graphics itself. If you have not played Enlisted in the last 5 or 4 years, you will have a hard time understanding what I am talking about. For example, Enlisted's graphics 4 years ago was much better, in my personal opinion, than what we have right now. The graphics were absolutely stunning, and I say that because the graphics are truly stunning if you look at any of the high resolution videos, because Enlisted also has a habit of distorting the videos once you go to upload a video. You do see a lot of interesting and amazing videos about the Enlisted graphics. However, as of right now, the Enlisted graphics has been deteriorating and deteriorating. I don't know why. I think Enlisted is trying to be more and more realistic, although I would have to say Enlisted is definitely not hell let loose. If it really was trying to do realism, then the other point, the uniforms that I'm going to talk about, are just horrific. For those who don't know, the uniforms as of right now are beyond horrific. Almost some uniforms are not even historically accurate, and Enlisted is putting them in. For example, one good issue is the German uniform in the Battle of the Bulge. Those uniforms are straight outright. I don't even know what uniforms they are. They look like something from Hoth. Yeah, from Star Wars, so that's great. In my personal opinion, some of the uniforms are really bad. Some of the uniforms need coloring changes. Other uniforms for the Americans, the Soviets, need some tweaking. The Japanese uniforms are, as of right now, decent. They're not accurate, but they're decent. The German uniforms are just a little bit horrific. You literally need to spend time to grind out points to quite literally unlock better uniforms or more historically accurate uniforms if you are a history fan. That is something that we have to address. Really, if the AI is running around with historically inaccurate uniforms, it just takes away the experience, and I know Enlisted is not a historically accurate game, but it just goes to show that Enlisted is like, whatever. Like, just put out the uniforms, call it a day. My case in point is that Enlisted's graphics has been decreasing, the uniforms are inaccurate, and we have bugs every time. So what ends up happening is that people are not going to be as interested to play the game as, well, most people would. Now, the issue with the graphics can't really be solved. I do think Enlisted needs to go back a little bit, like their graphics before the Moscow, before the Tunisia, before the Berlin were amazing. I don't know what the heck happened. It literally appears that Enlisted just went back in terms of the graphics department. I don't know what is going on. I do think this is a common trend in the gaming department in general, and I do think it's because people are trying to make the game more realistic while at the same time failing miserably, so yeah. But that is something just to note. So without further ado, this is all it for this video. I don't really think Enlisted could ever fix this, if we're gonna be honest. I do think that Enlisted can try to fix this, and don't get me wrong, I could see them potentially trying, but overall I don't think Enlisted has a big chance of fixing it, considering the fact that they're trying to make updates, but at the same time, whenever they make an update, what ends up happening is that some things are made better and then some things are made worse. Some things are made better and some things are made worse, which comes for every update, whether it is a game or not. But the issue is that bugs just come in and storm the place, so that's that. In my personal opinion, Enlisted could potentially fix it. It needs to do some rewinding, I kid you not. Overall, this is all it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Comment in the comment section down below of what do you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.